Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King, and today I'm going to be giving you part 63 of What If Tsunade Was Naruto's Mother. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also stay in tune because over on Anime King 2 I'm going to be posting What If Naruto Was Neglected by His Family, so stay in tune for that guys. And also, I posted a new episode of What If Naruto Returned Different after his training trip, so go ahead and check out that and enjoy. And I also posted a new episode of What If Naruto Was Taken by Orochimaru over on Anime King 2, so go ahead and enjoy it as well. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you're hearing my voice and you enjoy the videos on both channels, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and join Anime King and Anime King 2 and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you all for your help and your support. And without further ado, let's get straight into this new episode. So, to do a bit of a recap, Itachi was in a pit of despair after hearing what happened to his younger brother, Sasuke. He wanted Sasuke to be the one to kill him and be known as a hero who took care of the dangerous Uchiha who wiped out his entire clan, but that can no longer be. Seeing that Naruto, Senju Naruto killed his brother, as Itachi was furious about that. He felt hate like he never felt before, anger, pure rage. Meanwhile, Naruto was back at Konoha wallowing in a pit of despair, as everyone was sad to hear about Sakura's death. But Naruto took it really hard on himself. It was then that Yujito, Amoy, Karul, and Samui came to the village as they asked the Raikage's permission if they could visit Naruto, and he gave them the permission with Killer Bee. They then spent the rest of the time trying to cheer him up after hearing what happened to him, as Yujito was angry to hearing that he already had a kid with another girl. But seeing him this way, she couldn't really say anything to him. At this moment, she wanted him to be happy, seeing the state that he was in. So after a week, they managed to get Naruto smiling and talking like normal, as he was trying to get over the past and look towards the future, but he will never forget this. So yeah guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can check out the place and check it out for yourself. So let's start this new episode. We start this episode 2 weeks after the events that happened. We currently have Mai and Naruto, as the both of them were traveling in a carriage. As they were heading to the Hidden Rain, Jiraiya was outside, walking alongside the carriage, and behind them a distance away was Kakashi, Yamato, and Kushina, and 2 handfuls of Anvu, as Tsunade sent them just in case anything might happen at the Hidden Rain. They also gave Naruto a chakra locator where he could press the button just like the wristband that Tsunade gave him, when if he was in danger she could find him easily. So if anything bad happened at the Hidden Rain, they could quickly get reinforcements. So the group was heading to meet Hanzo the Salamander, seeing that he wanted to see his future grandson. As Mai was happy. It's been a long time since she has seen her grandfather, and now today she will finally see him again, as she wants him to be proud of her, seeing that her parents died in battle. He was the only one she really had, and she was happy to see him after this long time. She had a huge smile on her face the entire way as they arrived to the Hidden Rain. They were granted entrance into the village, as the group of Konoha ninjas along with the Anvus stayed outside of the village wall and waited. If the meeting goes wrong, that is where they force their way in, but for now everything is calm. Naruto looked around the Hidden Rain as the rain was pouring. As he looked through the carriage window, as Mai was asleep, her head was resting in his lap, He will wake her up soon, but not yet. As she told them that they're going to the tallest tower. As Naruto looked at all the buildings, they were really tall. This place a lot different from Konoha. Yeah, it is, said a voice, as Jiraiya was right beside the window. I just hope everything go well, Pervy Sage, said Naruto. Seeing from all of those stories that you and Mom told me about Hanzo, how powerful he is, you sure he doesn't have a grudge against you guys? Seeing that he was the one who invited us here, it would be stupid of him to attack us. Knowing that your mother is the leader of Konoha, and she would descend upon this village if anything was to happen to her baby boy. Naruto winced at the nickname, but he didn't say anything. As they finally arrived at the largest tower, as Naruto woke up Mai. Huh? What is it? She said as she looked around. It's fine, calm down, we're here. Yes, we're here, she said as she gave him a hug. As she was just so happy. Let's go, she said as she opened the door. As she and Naruto stepped out, as they quickly rushed to the tower entrance. When they arrived, a Chunin was standing there. Follow me, the Chunin said, as the two of them walked in, with Jiraiya behind them. As they walked up some flight of stairs, as Naruto helped up Mai, seeing that she was pregnant and all. As they arrived to a giant room, as Naruto looked around, one noise could echo all around this place. So where is he? Where is your grandfather? Naruto asked. He's probably in the meeting room right now, said Mai. The Chunin then told him to stop here, as he walked over to a room. He knocked on the door 3 times. The door then opened. But Naruto, Mai, or Jiraiya couldn't see who was there, as the Chunin then entered. After a few seconds, the Chunin came out back, as he called for Mai alone. I'll be right back, she said to Naruto as she walked off. As she took a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Finally, time to see you again, grandfather, she said. As she entered the room, as Naruto and Jiraiya stood there, about 10 seconds later, Naruto heard her scream. What the hell? Said Naruto as he rushed forward. Kid, wait, said Jiraiya as Naruto rushed inside, pushing through the door. When Naruto entered, he saw Mai on the ground. Someone then landed behind Naruto, as Jiraiya came in front of the door. Almighty push was all Jiraiya heard, as he was sent flying through a nearby window, bursting through the tallest tower as he was falling down. Jiraiya quickly ran through hand sign. Summoning jutsu, he said, as he summoned a toad. The toad sticked out his tongue and wrapped around the building, swinging the both of them to the side as the both of them landed safely. Naruto looked around in the room as he took around his surroundings. He first saw Mai on the ground. She seemed to be unconscious and there was a guy behind him. Naruto quickly formed a Rasengan in his right hand as he swung around to plant the Rasengan in this guy's face, whoever he is. But Naruto felt something struck him in the back. As the Rasengan quickly faded away, he then felt something struck him in the side, and then in his other side, and then on his elbow, and then on his shoulders, and one on his stomach. As Naruto looked around him, he was covered in all type of seals. Some strange papers delivered the seal to his body. As Naruto then felt like a gravity seal was on him. As his entire body fell to the floor, it felt like he was being pushed down. Naruto cursed because he couldn't press the button. What the hell is going on? Naruto said, as he looked in front of him to see a girl. Who are you? As he noticed the Akatsuki ropes. The man behind him then spoke. We will take care of Jiraiya, he said. Yes, the girl nodded. As the man then went off. As Naruto looked up. Who are you? He said to her, as he could barely talk because of the gravity seal on him. So many seals all over his body. He couldn't even enter his mindscape. His strength, his power, all of that was gone. My name is Konan, and I am a member of the Akatsuki. Akatsuki? What the hell are the Akatsukis doing out here? Naruto asked. As she then turned her head, as Naruto looked towards the darkness. He then heard something coming. It wasn't footsteps. It was more like a machine. As Naruto's eyes widened to what he saw, a strange man. He looked so weak, as he was in a strange walking machine. Who are you? My name is Nagato, the leader of the Akatsuki. As Naruto started to tremble when he heard that. What the hell? Was this all a trap? He then looked over at Mai. No, the granddaughter of Hanzo had no idea about this. She was just a pawn in the big plan. A pawn? Where is her grandfather? Naruto asked. I'm afraid that Hanzo died a long time ago. As Naruto's eyes went wide, so that is why she couldn't speak to him back then. Because he wasn't here. It was you bastard pulling the string. And why are you telling me all of this? Naruto asked. Because when we're done with you, you won't be able to tell anyone else. Naruto tried to clench his fists, but he couldn't. Why are you doing all of this? Why? You're the one hunting down the tail beasts, trying to kill all of the Jinchurikis. You already successfully take Gaara. Why are you doing all of this? Answer me, Naruto screamed out. To bring peace to this world. Peace? That's a funny way of showing it. Killing people and then you want to talk about peace? There's no damn thing about peace on your mind. You're just a heartless monster. I'm not, said Pain. My true name is Nagato. And I'm an orphan. Growing up in this world of pure hatred and darkness. I have gone through so much. Suffered from the battles between the other villages. Your village. Fighting other villages. They took this place as a battlefield, destroying it over and over again. But with the power I hold now, I will ensure that never happen again. The village hidden in the rain will no longer stoop for any of the other great nations. We will no longer be cannon fire. We will no longer bow to any other village. As Naruto looked up at him with a glare. Right now, I am fighting my old sensei. Your what? Yes, Jiraiya found us. He then looked over at Konan. When the village was going through another war, he trained us so we could protect ourselves and then he left. So for true peace, I will have to do the unthinkable. Stopping my sensei, he said. You would really try to kill Jiraiya? You said that he was your sensei, so he taught you. So the both of you guys must have spent some time together. And you're telling me that you are trying to kill him right now? And you say you want to bring peace to this world? Stop fooling yourself, said Naruto in a shout. You're nothing but a heartless monster. And I will stop you, Naruto said as he tried to get up. Don't bother, said Naruto. You cannot break through those binds. You will see about that, said Naruto as he let out a scream. But no matter what, he still couldn't break through the binds. As Nagato then went quiet. As Naruto looked at Konan. What the hell is going on? I'm afraid he's busy, said Konan. As Naruto tried to get up but he still couldn't move. He then looked over at Mai. Please be okay, said Naruto. He then closed his eyes. Jiraiya, be safe. If it's too much, just run. I can take care of myself. What am I talking about, said Naruto. You will never run leaving me here. And that's gonna really mess you up. Please. If you had the opportunity. Run! Naruto screamed out in his mind. As he knew there is no way this is getting to Jiraiya. But he doesn't want anything to happen to Jiraiya. As Naruto tried to contact with the fox but nothing was working. He couldn't feel his chakra, he couldn't break out of these binds. So much seal on him. If it was one or two, he could probably break them. But this was too much. They almost covered his body. Naruto then turned to Konan. Why? She looked at him. What? She asked. Why are you doing this? He said to her. Are you friends with this Nagato guy? Yes, Nagato is one of my friends, and the leader. I know, but why? If you're his friend, you should try and put him down the right path. Can't you see this is nothing but chaos and madness? Do you really think the world can be at peace by this? I will be at Nagato's side all the way, and help him achieve his goal, said Konan. You're really messed up than I thought. You're just helping him, going farther and farther into his death. This won't last for long. He cannot change this world by killing. That will never change the ninja world. But you can talk to him. You're friends. Move him from this path. There's nothing but death and destruction. Please, stop this, Naruto said. Meanwhile, Itachi was going through some scrolls as he was trying to find any information he could on the Rinnegan. So far he already knows that the Rinnegan is the last stage of a Sharingan, but how to achieve it, how to gain its power, something he wanted to know that, and he's so close he could feel it as he went back to looking through the scrolls. Back with Naruto, a good 15 minutes has passed as Naruto was trying to convince Konan to do something, change, but she wasn't taking any of it. It was like he was talking to a machine. She wouldn't listen to him. She was downright, fully devoted to this path. It was then that pain came back to reality as he looked at Naruto. It is finished, he said. Naruto looked at him with a strange look. What do you mean it's finished? Naruto asked. Jiraiya, the great tsunade is no more. Naruto could only hear a strange sound. It was like a TV that was readjusting as he didn't have grasp on reality at the moment. He felt like he was plummeting into darkness. He felt like the whole world was still for a moment, like he didn't have a body. He was just a soul going through pure darkness, and then light, and then water, and then air. Naruto's face was now down in the ground as he finally spoke. What did you just say? He asked. Jiraiya, the great tsunade is dead. I finished off my old sensei, said Nagato. He then looked at Naruto. Naruto's entire body was shaking. I already told you, you cannot be free from those seals. As tears was now leaking from Naruto's eyes, as he started to have flashbacks of Sakura's death and now Jiraiya. All of that was breaking him inside. As Naruto felt like he couldn't go on anymore. He wanted to scream. He wanted to let it all out. As these seals were still binding him. Konan then noticed something. He was starting to move. Slowly, but he was moving. As Naruto tried to pick himself up, but he was still stuck down into the ground. As he released a terrified scream that shook through the building. As Naruto tried to pick himself up, but he couldn't. As Naruto kept on forcing, as Konan and Nagato's eyes went wide, when Naruto was starting to push himself up, as Naruto lifted up his head as he looked at Nagato. If it's the last thing I do, I'm gonna kill you. And you too, he said, as he looked at Konan, as he was picking himself up. As they didn't notice, as Naruto reached in his pocket as he pressed the button. As Naruto was still trying to break from these seals, Konan went over to him as she removed something from her cloak, as she injected into Naruto's neck, as he felt his world going woozy as he passed out. The button then fell out of his hands, as she showed it to Nagato. It's a chakra receiver like my rods. It seems we have company. No matter, it's time to go, said Nagato. Black Zetsu then emerged from the ground. Call him, would you? Said Nagato, as Black Zetsu nodded and faded away into the ground. Meanwhile, Kakashi get the signal, seeing that Jiraiya and Pain was fighting deep underground after they got out of the tower. That is why they didn't sense a chakra or see any explosion or anything like that. They emerged on the surface where they killed Jiraiya by stabbing him in his back with a lot of rods. That is the only time they were on the surface, so other than that the Konoha ninjas couldn't sense them. Kakashi rushed forward as all of the Anvus and Kushina and Yamato followed behind him. As they quickly entered the village without a second thought, they rushed towards the tallest tower where the signal was coming from. Meanwhile this was going on, Mai starting to regain consciousness. As she looked over, she had a quick conversation before she was knocked out. Flashback. "Who are you?" said Mai. "I am Conan." What are you doing here? And those robes? Where's my grandfather?" said Mai. "I am sorry, but your grandfather is dead." "And there is no more talking," Conan said, as she fired one of her papers as it stuck into Mai's arm. It had a liquid on the pointed part, as Mai then fell unconscious. Mai then looked over at Naruto. "Naruto," she said, causing Nagato and Conan to turn their attention on her. As Naruto was passed out, "What did you do to him?" she said. "Oh, nothing. He's still alive. For now at least," said Conan. "Where is he? We should be leaving now." "Yeah, I know," said Nagato. "They're getting closer," as he could sense the enemies already invading his village. But he didn't have time for that. He needed to take the Jinchuriki and get out of here. Seeing that he knows what he has just done, he is going to kidnap the son of Senju Tsunade, the current Hokage of Konoha. Nagato then looked over at Mai. "I am sorry. We have been tricking you all of these years. Your grandfather was dead a long time ago. But now, we cannot leave any loose ends. The village hidden in the rain will have to stay a while before I can intervene. The people of Konoha cannot know that the true leader of the Akatsuki was here. That is why the death of Jiraiya and the capture of Naruto will be unknown to all, and you're the final loose end," said Pain as he looked at Mai. "You're really going to kill a pregnant woman?" she asked. "To bring peace to this world, sacrifices have to be made," he said, as the pain that sucks out your life appeared. As he walked up towards Mai, who couldn't do anything at the moment, seeing that the strange liquid that Conan poured into her body was messing with her chakra, and she was pregnant. It's not like she could fight. As he raised his hand, but before he could touch her, a chain broke from the ground and wrapped around him. Another chain then gently wrapped around Mai as it pulled her away as Kushina arrived. "How?" said Nagato as he didn't sense her. Kushina then removed a seal from her arm as a chain then broke from the ground as it was about to wrap up Naruto and pull him away. Well, before he could do that, Tendo arrived. "Almighty push," he said, as she was sent flying back and her chain snapped into pieces. As Mai rolled on the ground, but she was stopped and placed gently by Kakashi, as Yamato then ran through handside. "Wood style, woodbine," he said, as he tried to capture Tendo Pain and tried to use a woodbine to grab Naruto. "Almighty push," said Tendo Pain, as he blew away everything. A swirling vortex then opened up, as the Pains then arrived, as they all jumped in front of Naruto. As Conan walked over and grabbed Naruto, "Put him the hell down," said Kushina, as she dragged her sword and thrust forward. But Tendo Pain arrived in front of her as he raised his hand. "Be gone." "Almighty push," he said, as she was sent blown back along with all of the Konoha forces. The Anvus then descended upon the building as they all draw their weapons, ready to slaughter anything in their path that has Naruto, because that was the order that Tsunade gave them. anyone dare to hurt Naruto or touch him, they were to slaughter them. The Anvus then rushed forward, but the masked man just started to suck everyone away, as they were too late. As Naruto, the Pains, Konan, all of them were gone in a swirling vortex. Kushina dropped down to her knees as she was shaking. The Akatsuki now has their hand on Naruto, as she knew exactly what that meant. He was going to die. They're going to extract the tail beast from him. When the Akatsuki go in hiding, they cannot find them. How was they supposed to find them? She cursed. Time skip. Hours later, the mission report was given to Tsunade by Kakashi, Yamato, and Kushina. As they found Jiraiya's body, before they left the hidden rain, he didn't sink into the water. It was on the surface, and they found it. Jiraiya had no chance to turn into Sage mode. Seeing that Pain quickly wanted to do this, he didn't allow Jiraiya the time, as the 6 Pains attacked Jiraiya, and he didn't have a fighting chance, with each of them hitting him from all angles. First it was 2, then 4 came, then the other 2 arrived, and when Tendo showed up, the battle became more epic, and Jiraiya didn't stand a chance. They brought his body back to Konoha though. Mai was currently waiting in the hall, as she felt anger, sadness, and scared to see Tsunade. She was the one who wanted Naruto to meet her grandfather Hanzo. Hanzo wanted to meet Naruto anyway, but she feared that Tsunade might see her as a traitor, thinking that she wanted this to happen. She was then called into the room. She looked at Tsunade, as an angry, pissed off look was at Tsunade's face. She was also crying as she walked over to Mai, but Mai then felt herself in a hug as Tsunade embraced her. I know you're sad. I'm sad too. But don't worry. We will find him. We will search every inch of the hidden rain and everywhere else to get my baby back. And I don't blame you. You had no idea about all of this. I'm just sorry that you had to went through it. But you need to be calm and alright, and don't worry. Stress is bad for the baby, said Tsunade. So, just keep yourself calm. We will have Naruto back in the village soon. We will find him and take care of the Akatsuki once and for all, she said. Meanwhile, Naruto was currently in a cave. As he opened his eyes, readjusted to the darkness, as he looked around, where the hell am I? Naruto said. The place you will stay until we extract the tail beast from you, said Black Zetsu as he was beside Naruto. As Naruto looked at his arms, they had cuffs on them, with strange seals all over the cuffs. 2 of the cuffs had some strange seals. The chains even had seal on them. As Naruto was chained to the wall, there was a giant seal on his stomach over the one that Kurama resides in. There was a seal on his chest, 1 on his back, and 2 on his arms. As Naruto felt no strength, no chakra, he couldn't break out of these chains. As Naruto looked around, as the memories started to hit him like a bullet, as he remembered about Jiraiya's death, he squeezed his fist. As he looked at Zetsu, Naruto tried to break free from the chains, but he couldn't, as they were stick into the wall. Stop wasting your little bit of energy, said Zetsu. There is no way you're breaking out of there, with the strength you have remaining, and those seals sapping them as well. A swirling vortex then opened up right in front of Naruto. As the masked man stepped out, Senju Naruto, he said. Yeah, and who the hell are you? Naruto asked. Whoa, such a vicious tongue. Vicious? You're all going to see vicious when I escape from this place. I'm gonna cut down each and every one of you, starting with Nagato, who Pain, whoever he calls himself. I'm going to make sure you pay for Jiraiya. Well, that's not gonna happen, said the masked man. Because if you haven't realized it yet, there's no way you're getting out of here. You will stay here until we're ready to extract the Nine Tails from you. And then when that is over, you will be dead. So is that your big plan? Extracting the Nine Tails and killing me? Well, trust me, something will happen. I will get out of here. It doesn't matter how many seals you place on me. I promise you, I will get out of here. And I'm going to enjoy piercing your heart with my blade, said Naruto, as he squeezed his fists. Such a feisty one, aren't you? Said the masked man. But don't worry, soon enough all of that will be gone. I am sorry you're not going to be able to see the new world that I have planned. But soon enough you will be drifting in limbo. An endless, dreamful dream. A world of dreams that you will probably enjoy and probably hate. Because you will no longer be in the human realm. You will be a spirit wandering the afterlife, Senju Naruto, said the masked man, as he disappeared in a swirling vortex. But guys, I'm going to be ending this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notifications they posted. Remember to share this to all of your friends on your social media platform. But I'm all for now, guys. Peace.